Yo, what's up, world? Ke nna gape Kaybee Lebee, back with today's episode of the 1 year celebration. Here, host with the most. We are officially on 5 days to go before the big drop. So far, so good, man. We thank you guys for tuning in and for coming on this wonderful journey with us. And when we're saying this journey, we're saying the journey for over the past year, not just this 10 days where we're bringing this special edition to you. Barman, re kopa di-bev. So let's just jump into it with the track review about Barman. As a start, I rejected the beat. The team gave me the beat. I listened to it. I felt it, but I wasn't really too much into it. I had to be convinced by T to say, you know what, just try do something and let's see what happens. I think that's a very interesting fact about the track. The writing of the track itself, what I describe in the chorus isn't to say Barman re kopa di-bev. I literally wrote the track at 4 in the morning after getting home at about 1 or 2 from a night out, and I was still sober because the service was just so horrific. And I wrote the track, and the track is really about that if we're out there having fun, can everything go according to the program? Can the beer flow? Can the vibe just be nice and not be disturbed? And if the owner of the joint is not really gonna satisfy our needs, we'll be moving right along. That's what Barman is about. We go for the bev and keep them coming. Quite an interesting track. If we're looking at what's happening out there with the COVID-19 and how the alcohol was burned and how many people were not happy, but also with the alcohol coming back, the consequences that are going on. So as always, man, I will always advise you to drink responsibly. Please don't drink and drive. There's a lot of services out there that you can make use of that make sure that you get home safe after a heavy night of drinking. Barman featuring Lips are the vocalist. Very dope track. Yeah. Then we can move on to our fact of the day. Our fact of the day. Our fact for today. Shit. Liberty fact. What else my fact? And since we were reviewing the track Barman, very interesting fact, Barman actually upstaged Host with the Most. Barman is the most downloaded track of the EP. Yep. It's a crowd favorite. People always go bananas when I perform Barman. And for me personally, for a track, like I said, I didn't connect with the beat initially. I had to be shown another version about the beat for me to really get into it, you know. So I'm quite surprised about the behavior of the track, but I think the track is quite real because I wrote it from something I was going through at that point in time. Barman, the most downloaded track on the EP. That is our fact. Let's move on to our guest for today. And ladies and gentlemen, we bring you one of the behind the scenes guys that was involved in the creative process, Mr. El Treasy, Mr. Gia. Let's hear what he has to say about his contribution to the project.
Hey, what's up, good people? My name is P-Way. Yeah, man, Host with the Most is turning a year old. Doesn't feel like it has been that long. Well, what did I do in the project? You know, I just was the advisor, you know, when it came to all the tracks that came through. More like quality checks, you know, making sure that all tracks are coming out dope as hell, you know, as you have with the project. It's making sure that, you know, KB delivered his best in this project, hence what you have today, you know. all the things you can think of, marketing, all the product line ideas we did together, me and KB. And I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of what he has done to come up so far. And I can promise you guys, you haven't even heard the half of it. Look, KB, we celebrate with you, man. Mazel tov. Host with the most. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Haha, Mr. Treasy. There's someone he's very ruthless when he's giving feedback. I had to rewrite certain verses because he just said to me they were not up to par. But one of the guys that's really behind the scenes, he also does some of the creative writing, some of the, he does a lot. Sometimes I don't know what he does exactly, but I know that he does a lot and he contributes. And we thank you, Mr. Treasy, for your contribution to the Host with the Most EP, man. If we move on to the picture, you look at the picture review. Who you got there on the picture? You've got Mr. Jaime. Mr. Jaime is the guy that actually shot the album cover, Host with the Most. And he captured so many beautiful moments. We went out on the day, we got a couple of props, and we shot it out in Alexandria, and we did what we could with what we had. But that particular picture that you see on the cover was literally the last few pictures that we took after doing about 3 or 4 locations within the same venue where we were just trying to be different and creative. We came downstairs, I saw that old Cressida, I was like, damn, that looks dope. Can I just sit next to the car and take a pic, you know? Yeah, and that's how that picture came about. Obviously a very iconic picture for this project. Host with the Most. And that's our picture review. Yeah, for our competition, I did promise you guys that I will be giving away, or I will be announcing winners for some of the hoodies. And let me keep my promise, man. I've got a couple of winners. First winner is Steven. Steven commented on our YouTube channel, and he gets our first hoodie. Steven, please do holla at me on any of my social media handles. Inbox me so we can get your specs and send the hoodie to you. We thank you very much for showing love to the project. Our second hoodie goes to a user by the name One Melanie, also on YouTube. One Melanie, please do get a hold of us on some of our handles and let us sort you out for today's hoodie. So for today's hoodie, the question is what is the oldest track on the Host with the Most EP? Which track was written longest or has existed the longest on the Host with the Most EP? That is the question for the day. Once again, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for you guys showing us love always. It's me, Kaybee Lebee, signing out. Have a dope one.